Children, let's start doing question using quadratic formula. Quadratic formula we will apply when we will be able to frame the equation. Since you are able to see that I'm going to take exercise 4.38 question, and it is a word problem, and whenever you are facing a word problem, first of all you have to convert it into an equation, and when you will get the equation, then you will decide how to solve it. So just read out the question. A train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. So this is the key point of the word problem. Whatever he wants you to calculate, you will assume that only. So he wants us to find out the speed of the train. So here we will assume that the speed of the train is x kilometer per hour. The distance given to us is 360 kilometer. So we will find out the time using the formula. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So distance is 360 kilometer given to us, and speed we have assumed is x kilometer per hour. Therefore, the time is 360 upon x hours. Now he has changed the speed. The speed of the train, new speed of the train is 5 kilometer faster. So it will be x plus 5 kilometer per hour. But the train is covering the same distance with the new speed. So as the speed is increased, time would be a little less. But we will calculate the time using the same formula, distance upon speed. The distance is again the same 360 kilometer, but speed has been changed, so we will divide it by x plus 5, and this will be the new time. As the speed is increased, therefore this new time will decrease. When you are moving with the faster speed, your time of covering the same distance will be less, है ना. जब भी तेज चलते हो तो टाइम कम लगता है. सो ये टाइम जो न्यू टाइम आया, ये लेसर देन है द ओरिजिनल टाइम. सो इन द क्वेश्चन ही इज गिविंग दैट इट विल टेक 1 आवर लेस. तो कौन सा टाइम बढ़ा है? ये वाला टाइम बढ़ा है. बड़े टाइम में से छोटा टाइम आप माइनस करेंगे एंड यू विल गेट 1 आवर. So this is 360x minus 360 upon x plus 5 is equal to 1. Now 360 you can take common. 360 आपने common लिया, अंदर आपके पास बच गया. आप और सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हो इसे. 360 मैंने एक स्टेप मिस किया था. 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 5 equal to 1. Okay children. Now move from here. अब यहाँ पे जाइए. So this is 360 you are able to take common, and when you take LCM it is 360 plus 5 and minus x, and in the denominator you will have x into x plus 5. This x and this x will get cancelled, and now you will have this equal to x square plus 5. x जब आप इसको इस तरफ लेके जाएंगे तो it will become x square plus 5x, and inside you are left with only 5 will get multiplied by this 360. So it is 1800, and therefore the equation that you got is a quadratic equation. X square plus 5x. Bring this 1800 this side, so minus 1800 is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. If you are able to split up the middle term, it's fine, but sometimes it is difficult for us to find out the two parts of this middle term. So in that case, don't waste your time in just getting it by splitting middle term. You may do it by quadratic formula also. And so for using quadratic formula, we will first find out the discriminant. D is equal to B square minus 4AC. Put the value. B is plus 5 here. So in place of B, you will write 5 square. Minus sign is as it is, 4 is as it is, A is 1, therefore I'm not writing, and then C is 1800, so I'll write 1800 here, and I'll multiply and will get this is equal to this thing. 1800 is again negative. 1800 is again negative, therefore it will be positive 7200, and therefore it is 7225. Now, what is the quadratic formula? X is equal to minus b plus minus under the root D upon 2A. So minus B is 5. So in place of B, you will write minus 5. This minus sign you will copy as it is. And B is positive, so you will write 5 here. Plus minus square root 7,225. And you should know that this is the square of 85. How will you calculate? Let's see. If you have 25 at the end, this would be a very easy one to calculate. 25 means पीछे तो 5 ही आने वाला है, unit place पर 5 आना है. And then C, is it a multiple of two consecutive numbers? So 72 is a multiple of 8 and 9. So which one is a smaller, 8 or 9? 8. So you will write 8 here. So whenever you have 25 at the end and this number is a product of consecutive number, you will write on 5 at the unit place. And out of the two, the smaller one will be take the tens place. So this is minus 5 plus minus 85 upon 2. Now plus minus 85 means the two values of x can be either minus 5 minus 85 upon 2 or minus 5 plus 85 upon 2. So it will be, when you will take minus 85, it will be minus 90 upon 2, that is minus 45. But you are calculating speed. X is the speed of the train and speed can never be negative. So we will ignore this answer. Let's move to the next answer. This is 85 minus 5 will give you 80 upon 2, which is equal to 40 kilometer per hour. Therefore, the speed of the train is 40 kilometer per hour. Since it is a word problem, so it is preferable to give the answer in word. So I hope it is clear. Children, let's move to the next very important question of this exercise. And this is, the two water taps together can fill a tank in 9:3 by 8 hours. This is 9:3 by 8 hours. The tap of larger diameter take 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. So children, larger diameter and smaller diameter means, I think it is clear to you. एक बड़ा पाइप है आपके पास और एक छोटा पाइप है जिसका डायामीटर थोड़ा कम है. सो नेचुरल सी बात है, जब आप बड़े टैप में से पानी आएगा तो वो तेजी से आएगा और जो छोटे वाले में से आएगा तो वो स्लो आएगा, डायामीटर कम होने की वजह से. सो लेट अस assume that the time taken by, again he is saying to find out the time taken by each pipe to fill the tank separately. Time taken by each tap to fill the tank separately. So whatever he is willing to calculate, you will assume that only. So out of the two, I am supposing for the smaller tap, let the smaller tap fills the tank in X hours. And he is giving us that the bigger tap, larger tap is taking 10 hours less. It is taking 10 hours less. So I have to make changes here. That means here I have to assume that this is the time taken by the larger tap and smaller tap will take 10 hours more. So this is the time taken by the larger and this will be the time taken by the smaller tap. So if larger tap is filling it in X hour, it fills one tank completely. So in 1 hour, it is going to fill only a part of the tank. And how much part? That means 1 upon X part of the tank will be filled in 1 hour. In X hours, full tank is filled. In 1 hour, it will not be able to fill full tank. Only the part of the tank will be filled. And how much part? This X will come in denominator, 1 upon X part of the tank only. and both the taps were on for 9:3 by 8 hours. That means 8 9 are 72 plus 3 75 by 8 hours के लिए दोनों टैप ओपन थे. दैट मीन्स बड़े टैप ने भी 75 by 8 hours काम किया और स्मॉलर टैप ने भी 75 by 8 hours काम किया. दोनों ने काम किया. So how much tank is filled by the larger tap? If it is filling 1 by x part of the tank in 1 hour, then in 75 by 8 hours, it will fill 75 by 8 into the work done in 1 hour. So this is 75 upon 8x part of the tank will be filled by the larger tap. Similarly, the smaller tap is taking x plus 10 hours to fill the full tank. So in 1 hour, it will fill 1 upon x plus 10 part of the tank only. And in 75 by 8 hours, it will fill 75 by 8 into x plus 10 part of the tank. So this much part of the tank is filled by the larger and this much part of the tank is filled by the smaller. But he's saying in if both of them they are working for 75 by 8 hours, the whole tank is filled. So that means the work done by this plus the work done by this. If I add the two, one full tank will be filled. So here I will write this is equal to one full tank. Okay. So this is equal to 1. And then children, what will you do? You will just take 75 by 8 common and this is 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 10. Now 75 by 8 you have taken common and when you take LCM it will be x plus 10 plus x upon x square plus 10x which is equal to 1. Simplify it further. This is 10 plus 2x upon x square plus 10x. And when you take it this side, 8 multiplied by this and we'll take it this side, it will become 8x square plus 80x. And when you multiply it inside, it will be 750 plus 150x. Now bring everything this side. So it will be 8x square plus 80x minus 150x minus 750 is equal to 0. Simplify this equation. It will be 8x square minus 70x minus 750 is equal to 0. To reduce the calculation, bring it in the simplest form. See if the whole equation is divisible by some number. Then must divide it by that. So the whole equation is divisible by 2. So I divide the whole equation by 2 here. And I got a very simplified equation that is 4x square minus 35x minus 375 is equal to 0. Now again, it seems difficult to find out the factors by middle term splitting. If you are feeling so, children, there is an option to do it by quadratic formula. For calculating it by quadratic formula, you will calculate d first and the formula for d is b square minus 4ac. Put the value of b is minus 35. So minus 35 minus 4 into a is 4 and c is minus 375. When you multiply this, this will become 6,000. So 6,035. I told you how to take the square of a number having 5 at the end. So this is 5. 5s are 25 and 3 and 4 consecutive numbers. Product of the consecutive number is 12. So you'll write this here and therefore the value of D is 7,225. Now you will use the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is x is equal to minus b plus minus square root d upon 2a. Fill in the values in place of b is negative sign you are having in the formula as well as b is negative, so it will become positive. Two negatives are there. B minus in the formula plus the value of b is also negative, so two negatives will make it positive. So this is 35 plus minus d and square root of this, you know that this is the square of 85. So this is 35 plus 85 divided by 8. Okay, and therefore this is x plus 35 minus 85 by 8. And therefore, the time taken by the larger tap will be 25 hours. Larger tap will take 15 hours only, and the smaller tap will take 25 hours. Here I should write larger, and here it should be smaller. Smaller tap will take more time. So larger tap will take 15 hours and smaller tap will take only 25 hours to fill the whole tank. And this side we are getting a negative answer, and that we will be neglecting because time can never be negative. So I hope children it is clear to you. We will meet again with the new video with new concept. That's all for this video.